Hello, Lindsay here. I am going to teach you a little tutorial about making little clear shaker pockets for your planner. I was asked by a couple people to show how I made this cute little one for July, and I thought I would do one. I'll do one for August, and I'll probably, because I'm taping this fairly early in the month, just so that if I don't get my planner stuff before my Cocoa Daisy blog post is due, then at least you guys will see this. So I'm going to be using, this is the July sample that I made, and I'm going to be using August stuff, but you'll see this in September. So anyways, so I made this cute little shaker dashboard out of one of the cellophane bags that you get with the Cocoa Daisy supplies. I actually used the puffy sticker one. It's quite a nice size. I did fold it over more just to fit the size of clear acetate that I had. You can pick up clear acetate at Staples, any office supply store. It's made for projector screens and things like that. If you don't have that and you have a laminator, you can also just put a blank sheet of lamination through. You could technically, if you're going to do that, you could stick these down in between your lamination sheets, which would also work, but for this purpose I just used a piece of lamination or a piece of acetate. I really don't know which one this is because they kind of both feel the same, but this one I think is just a piece of lamination just cut up because I had some extras from doing some laminations of smaller things, so I had like extra pieces. So anyways, I'm going to show you how I made this cute little shaker. So I used the sequins that we got with July's kit in this one, and for the August one we didn't get any sequins, so I'm just going to pull from my stash. So to show you how to do this, so what you're going to need is a piece of acetate. It doesn't need to be very big. This one just so happens to be I believe the bag from the pages, from the personal pages that you get in the Cocoa Daisy kit if you order the Ringbound Planner pages. So this is just that, and what I've done is I've cut down this so that it would fit this way in the bag, and then what I'm going to do is cut down the bag to fit this piece. So what I'm going to do is trim this down with just my scissors because that's just easier for me, and I'm just going to go like, I don't know, 1 millimeter out from the edge, and you may not be able to see the difference in size on the camera, but I am cutting it about 1 millimeter past the acetate so that when you put the acetate in, the envelope actually goes all the way around it and there's none of the acetate sticking out. So there's that. You could use the rest of this bag for another one if you wanted to. You would just washi tape both sides. This one, because of the way that I'm making it, you're only going to washi tape the one side, so that's good. And then this one, what I did, because the bag was so tiny, I actually just folded over the seal and just used the existing glue to keep it down. So you can kind of see it in the background when you look at it, but it didn't really bother me, so that was fine. So, but this one I'm going to actually seal it with the washi tape instead of using the glue from the acetate bag. Okay, So now we're just going to take some adhesive, and I just use a snail adhesive from Stampin' Up. I've used that brand for years and years and years, and I really like it. So you could use the planner glue, you could use whatever you really wanted, just to stick these down. Oops, I need to do this one first. Just to stick these down onto the acetate wherever you want them, keeping in mind that you want a little bit of space on the ends, and you also want to have some room kind of at the bottom so that you can see your sequins through. So once you've put those on, then you're going to slip it in the bag, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to bring out my box of sequins. You probably can't really see it, but that's okay. And then you just kind of pick whatever sequence you want. I think I'm going to pick this green, and I don't know, maybe this yellow, and some of these I really like, and some of them I don't. I kind of like that combination, actually. And maybe this one. Let's see, I actually like the clear one better. Alright, so once you pick your sequins, you can pick as many colors as you want, really. It doesn't really matter. I just picked 3 colors because that works for me. And I'm actually going to take this out and flip this over, because you want your seal to be on the ring, on the hole punch side, or on where you're going to tip it in. So if you're going to put this into a dory, you would seal it with washi first, and then use more washi to tip it into your dory. But this one I'm going to actually hole punch, because right now I'm using my ring bound planner. But for September I might switch back to my dory for planning, so I'll probably do a tip-in sample so that you can see it. So if I have my planner stuff before the 18th, which is today, then I will have a sample posted with this blog post so that you can see. But for now we just have the August and July ones. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up your envelope behind the clear acetate. So you can see that my finger is slipped in behind the acetate, and that is where you're going to put your sequins. So, and you don't need very much. You can put in as much or as little as you want. If anybody's curious as to where I got these little containers, I just bought them at the Dollar Tree, I think. And I think you get like 6 or 8 in a package, and I just bought a bunch because these sequins, which I think I also got at Dollar Tree, come in like a pack of 8 different colors, but they all come in the same package and it's flat. And so it was kind of one of those things that was just, I needed to switch it out, so I put them all into these little containers and then put it in this box. So okay, so now that we have the three sequins in there, and I'm happy with it, I'm going to put the washi tape on probably less than 1/4 of an inch across. Not across, less than 1/4 of an inch, so that the overlap, oops, I dropped a sequin. So that the overlap doesn't always go perfect. Alright, there. Get off my finger. Okay, I'm going to stick this one in the garbage because I can't get it to go off my finger. So anyways, it's just like about less than 1/4 of an inch off of the edge of the bag, and I actually did that just slightly off of where I wanted to be, so I'll just relay it. And you want to make sure that your washi is flat, and so is the bag, so you may have to lift it up a couple of times. And then you're going to trim it, and of course probably off camera, and then I go and dump some more of them anyways. Yay! Alright, so I'm going to rip this first, and then I'll put all those sequins back in. One nice thing about using a bag that has the seal is that this isn't going to happen because you're going to seal it before you put the washi on. So I'm just going to slip this stuff back in. There we go. Okay, so now you got the one side of washi tape on, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side, just matching up your edges of your washi tape. And again, try and lay it flat so that it's not puckering and all that kind of stuff, which I think I did on this one. But that's okay. Alright, so there you go. There is your little washi pocket, or your little shaker pocket. And the sequins move around quite nicely in the back of this because these acetate bags are pretty loose, so that's kind of nice, and it doesn't bulk up the planner very much. And then usually what I do on my paper hole punch, when I punch it for personal size, I line up with these outside grooves, but this one I'm going to move it in just slightly so that my hole punches are kind of in the middle. So I get one on top and then 3 on the bottom. So just like that. And then, because I am in August at the moment, I'm going to stick this in right in the front here. Oops. My planner's pretty full, so every time I open it, especially if I open it on the first page, everything kind of pops out, but there you go. So now you can see that I've done the shaker pocket on the front of my planner. So I hope you really enjoyed that tutorial. Hope it wasn't too difficult. You could also, if you decided that you wanted to give yourself a little bit more stability in these, I have run one of these shaker pockets through a laminator. It's not a necessary step at all, which is why I wanted to do it like this so that you could see how this works, but the lamination on top of it would make it so that you wouldn't have to use washi tape, because you could cut it a little bit larger than the bag, and then you could hole punch into the lamination, or you could still put the washi down if you wanted to and just laminate it through, and then you won't have to worry about any of it coming apart. Although I don't think this will come apart at all, just because the washi tape is pretty secure because it's washi tape on top of washi tape, and then the sequins just stay inside underneath the clear acetate. So I hope you really like that. There's my 2 shakers. I think they're really cute. And yeah, so I will see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.